He gets vaccinated within 24 hours. He's in the hospital with heart surgery.
Free information here.
He didn't get the placebo.
La Tierra es plana.
He knows now.
Free information here. Giving out free information about Earth.
Maybe 10, 15 more years. Twice you kind of fall 3 times you COVID. And the people with myocarditis that don't even know now, they go 3-4 years, they're walking around right now. Yeah. They don't even know. Well, it's like they call it a spike.
Giving out free information about Earth here. Free information. Earth is not a globe. Giving out free information here. Just facts about Earth, man. Just take a look at it and read up on it. Thank you.
Yeah, but
La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información, sir.
there's always things you can do.
Free information. Free information about flat Earth here. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información.
¿Para la tierra hispana?
Sí, La Tierra es plana. No es giro.
Okay.
De nada. Free information about flat Earth here. Free information. Earth is not a globe. Get your free information here.
Well, that's why
La Tierra es plana.
Yeah, not as much as I have. That's the other problem with reading medicine. The smarter you are. First. I know, and I'm working on it.
What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing good. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información, Thomas. Free information about flat Earth here. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Abriendo los ojos. Gratis información. Free information here. Earth is not a globe. La Tierra es plana. Get your free information about flat Earth here. It's all free. It's giving out free information. Earth is not a globe. Over 200 proofs. Earth is not a globe. Earth is flat. Free information.
Every night, that's what you're listening to. And his voice is very soothing, but it's not just that
It's free information here. La Tierra es plana.
it's not that it's soothing. It's that if you're listening to the same video every night with a soothing voice, your mind will stop thinking about other things. It will only focus on the words.
Get your flat Earth here. All flat Earth information. It's free.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Abriendo los ojos.
I used to
Free information. Gratis información.
we would spend a couple days going through this stuff.
Free information here. La Tierra es plana. Gratis información.
But he's definitely a flower.
Free information here. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Abriendo los ojos. Gratis información. La Tierra es plana. Free information. La Tierra es plana.
Hindi sabi mo, hiwanan mo na lang dyan, balikan natin mamaya. Andito kami sa nag-iar sila po.
Well, so
Diyan dada mamaya, diyan po dada mamaya.
you made fun of me for 5 years ago.
Nandito kami sa IRC.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. You can't be as
Ay, nasaan ka nga?
You already know about it, so especially because that.
Oh, sige, hintayin mo ko. Sige, punta ka dyan. Come. Hey, James, come, let's go. Let's find money first.
Free information about flat Earth here. Free information.
Same JP, Pony, Circus.
La Tierra es plana.
Yeah. 5 years ago.
No es giro.
Can't blame him. No, well, gosh, how many of us were? I was. I mean, I was too. How many? Wait, no.
So cute because I didn't want to do
2015.
Earth is not a globe. Earth is flat and stationary, fixed and immovable. Free information. Free information about flat Earth. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información.
Yeah, I read the comments and some people are like, hey, dumbass.
Free information.
And I was like, yeah, of course, you know? Yeah. But then it was
La Tierra es plana. No es giro.
seeing here is a mirage. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so they're reading.
Get all your flat Earth information here. It's free. Learn about flat Earth. Earth is not a globe. Earth is fixed and movable, flat and stationary. Free information.
And the air shoe big was great too. What did you say?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. What's up, Jess? F.E. Viking.
I resisted it for a long time. Once I listened, obviously. Listen to it right now. It's a clear perception, no delay in conversation. Okay.
Oh, no. I don't want to talk about Nasser. Free information here. Free information. La Tierra es plana. Gratis información. No es giro. Free information. Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat and stationary, fixed and movable. La Tierra es plana. La Tierra es plana. Gratis información. Free information here.
Yeah, maybe in the breeze. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Everyone to watch.
Free information. La Tierra es plana. Earth is not a globe. Earth is fixed and immovable, flat and stationary.
I do this. Not that, but I do the other.
So Dean,
Get in that mindset. I got pretty mad. I saw it.
No, but before I stopped, I was taking a nap and I almost had to lose
I said the Earth is flat and stationary.
and I turned around.
La Tierra es plana.
And then my fucking alarm went off and I was like,
you had
yeah,
200 proofs.
seriously, that was before I
Won't hurt to read it. There's no money involved. We're not asking you to do anything. Just to read a brochure. It has none of our information on it or anything. You don't have to join nothing.
I'm fairly open-minded. I don't mind reading about it and see what kind of proof you have.
Yeah, it's just
Because everything they tell you is contrary to what you're saying.
exactly. Well, let me ask you this. They say the Earth is spinning over 1,000 miles an hour. 1,037 miles an hour is how fast is Earth spinning. If I'm in a hot air balloon and I take off, is the Earth spinning below me at 1,037 miles an hour, or I'm in the same spot most of the time? Because that's twice the speed of a bullet. That hot air balloon should go gone,
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
yeah. So you think the Earth is spinning at a hypersonic?
I don't think the Earth's spinning it at all. And it tells us in the Bible, it says the Earth is fixed and immovable.
3 minutes, I was hearing, turn around, close my eyes. It was like I was
And we know there's a dome over it because if you open up a can of soda, what happens to the air that was in the can of soda?
not back.
The high pressure moves to the high pressure leaves the can and moves to low pressure.
Yeah.
The second law of thermodynamics says you cannot have gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. So we have air pressure, we're breathing it now, next to a vacuum of space. Where's the container? There has to be a barrier. And in Genesis, it says the waters above and the waters below were separated by the firmament. And in the 1960s, for 4 years, the United States shot missiles at 250 miles up in the air. It was called Operation Fishbowl. And if you go back and watch the declassified videos, you see the missiles hitting off of something solid and rippling out. For 4 years, they tried to break through and couldn't.
They couldn't shatter it.
They couldn't. And there was a Google X Prize for anybody like me or you that's a private citizen.
So what's up there? What's impermeable over there?
We can't get up there to find out. And we know that as private citizens because there was a Google X Prize for like $20 million. Anyone that could land,
Space expedition.
they're all fake. They go up. If you actually look at it, you'll see that they go up. I don't know if I got a picture of it out here, but they'll go up like this. And if you time lapse it, you'll see they curve back down and land over the ocean.
So where does it go?
It lands in the
All these
ocean.
pictures they show you of Mars and on other planets.
That's called, it's an island in Canada. It's called, what's the island in Canada that they're filming
Devon
it?
Island.
Devon Island in Canada. If you go on Google Earth right now and look at Devon Island, Canada, NASA's set up there with the Mars project. You can look and see it on Devon Island in Canada. And then you can take the still frame footage that they show you and put it in reverse image search in Google, and you can find the exact same land masses here on Earth. And all they did was change the tint.
They've actually done that. Just changed it. It's just the red tint they put on it. It's amazing. Why would they need to? Why would they need to fake it if they were doing it?
Right?
Why would they
Smoke
fake
and
it
mirrors.
if they weren't? If they
What,
weren't?
what about the moon landing?
There's no moon landing.
Yeah.
You can't get past the dome.
They say they can't get past it. They say right now if you go to NASA's, if you go to NASA's website, they will tell you we can't go out of low Earth orbit, whatever that means. They tell you they can't go out of low Earth orbit. Okay, that's minimum in their words. 200 miles to 400 miles is low Earth orbit. How'd they get to the moon? 238,000 miles. They say we can't do it. NASA says we can't do it. Well, why don't you just use the technology from the 70s and, that they went to the moon with? They admit right now. You can go to their website. They'll tell you they can't do it.
And now, 2 years ago in our textbooks, they made a change. You can pick up any textbooks for science now. It says the moon is inside Earth's atmosphere. That's what they're saying now. And you can look it up on your phone now. Type in, is the moon inside Earth's atmosphere? And you'll see they changed the science 2 years ago.
The moon is too perfect.
Exactly.
Everything is,
It perfectly eclipses the sun.
everything is
Yet we can see the videos here. Supposedly exactly, right?
but the theories out there that the moon is hollow. So that means it's a metal shell.
But we've never been to it, so we won't know what it is. There's also every...
They say that when you jump on it, you just hear rumbling. It echoes. For
Why
a
they
while.
only jump this high from the moon? They weigh 1/6. They should be able to jump 3-4 feet in the air.
But you see them bouncing around.
Yeah,
They should
because they put it in
footage of
slow motion. I can look like it.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just saying. You put it up to 1.75 speed. Whatever you're watching the moon stuff, it's like they're walking, normal walking.
It's always. What do they say about?
You
the
guys
moon?
heard about,
You're always seeing the same face of the moon.
about-
Right, so it's tidally locked.
You
Right.
never see the other side.
Oh, you have?
Nope.
So who's on which side of the discussion?
But they just released a...
Oh, beautiful.
They just released a
All right,
video
so
or
what is
a
the
picture and said that they got a picture of the dark side of the moon, right?
Sure is.
But what you see is the Earth is dark, the moon's lit up. How can the Earth be here, the moon be here, and the dark side be lit up? Because if the sun was on that side of it, would also be lighting up the Earth too.
Yeah.
So you know it's fake. And they said remember how it was tidally locked, right? So you only see one side of the moon. So and they landed on the side we see, in the Sea of Tranquility. This is where they say they landed. So if they be right here. The only way you could see Earth is if you were right here, is to look straight up in the air. That'd be the only way you could look. You'd never see it on the horizon because it's tidally locked. Yet their picture shows Earth on the horizon, which is impossible.
Yeah, they do show that.
Yeah,
You're right.
you'd have to look straight up.
Yeah. That's interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just look into it. A lot of open-minded people. Just all about flat Earth. We're just giving away free information here. La Tierra es plana, no es giro.
In the next door is the landing strip. Think about that. 1,000 miles an hour. You know how fast the speed of sound is? Come here. You ever see those jets? 630,000. I mean 630.
650 or so.
Is that correct?
676.7.
Okay, more accurate.
Is really?
So, try land 1,000 in Ecuador. It's not a possibility. What's that?
Well, Kirk, she said that she questions the Earth's shape. It's fantastic. And you don't? You didn't?
So then what you're telling me is that everything else is flat also.
You have mountains and you have have.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Wait, planets, right? Planets?
No.
Yeah.
No,
So two,
I'll-
two things on it, if I may. Two things
Yep,
on
go
it.
ahead.
Sky, you don't know it's a sphere. It looks like a circle, right? It could be a circle, possible, right? You're on a star, and it's like a pulsating light center. It looks like it's in a plasma, right? Same with the sun. It looks like a circle. You don't know it's a sphere. I don't know. But even if it was, even if it were, right? A good pool table, right? It's a flat surface. The balls are a sphere. It's irrelevant. Even if it was.
Went all the way over and came back.
Great question. But I think that you're not spheres. Yeah.
Okay, my thing is, what if both of them? What if it actually is the whole thing is a flat and everything else inside of it is the sphere? Like you say, on your flat earth, you got the sun and the moon inside here. What if that's just a small piece of it and everything is on the flat plate?
Possibly.
And no lands or
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Extra
still
Earth,
flat. That's still
terrestrial.
flat, and that
But
still
but
says
see,
that we've been lied to either way.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying that you still gotta answer for these things that's not.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's not the totality.
Well, you know,
of it.
Admiral Byrd went outside of Antarctica, right? Here's that AE map.
Right here. So this is.
And he said there was more land outside of Antarctica.
You know the craziest shit in the world? It's the craziest shit. There's airline flights that go from city to city. On a globe, there's no such emergency landings. Yeah, and you look on this map.
When I was researching it, it was like the old
China, yeah,
Air
we're
Force
over there, but
battles.
Yeah.
And here's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah. And this.
I'm not saying that it's,
Yeah, so
right.
you know what I'm saying,
I
but
question if
Good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
And this is exactly what he was talking about. Like, this is a small piece. So here's old maps from a long time. This is our land here, but there's more land beyond.
Right.
You know, it's just a small piece of it.
right, that's, like you said, that's this planet. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. So
Now,
what is the?
I don't know if you believe or you don't believe,
Yeah, we
but
just
you know,
stayed here and talked
it's been
about-
proven. You look it up that there's
Yeah, no.
things outside of here that are here. So
say,
if Earth
whatever
is
you see
flat,
and
then
hear on the
that
news,
means
whatever
their
you've been
stuff
taught,
got to
you
be
never
flat as
question
well.
it, you
You
were
see
just
what I'm
handing
saying? Because they're
information
here,
and
that
it
it's
was
proven that they're
We're
here.
asking you
So
to
if they're
go
here,
back to the basics
they
and
must have
figure
a
it out
flat
for
Earth
yourself,
also.
right to
You see
your
what I'm saying? So that means
That's
it's
all
got to
we
be a
want people to do.
It's gotta
And
be
this is
more
the
than just
conclusion we
this.
come to because
Right,
we're
right.
You know what I'm
trying
saying?
to
So I'm not,
prove
like I
it.
said, I'm not 100% against what y'all standing on.
And I don't know what
but
shape
there's
it
still
is. I just know
questions
it's
that
not
need to
gold.
be answered before I can stand on it
can't prove it.
100%.
Whether
No.
it's spirit,
But I'm okay.
but I know they lied to us.
That's why I said it's not
All they
100%.
did.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a
Like, I'm gonna hit
podcast
you. I
on
just learned
YouTube.
something
He
the other
has a
day.
YouTube channel.
Everybody
They
knows
talk
math,
about this
right?
stuff.
One
Mine
times
too.
one is what?
Sisterhood of the Warrior Queens.
Right.
Women.
But if I go, and 2 times 2 is 4,
Other
right?
dudes like him.
If I go 2
Okay,
times
like, we
2,
just
you
need
got
to talk
4
about this
objects,
more.
right? If I
Hey,
go
I hear
1
it.
times 1, you only got 1 object, but you got 2 objects on the table. So like I said, I'm not gonna disagree and say that y'all your theory ain't incorrect, but like I said, there's just a lot of things you need to put in there before I stand on that 100%.
I like what you're saying. You know what? You're open to something. You do your own investigation. That's what. That's all we
Sisterhood
ask.
of the.
You know, if you look into it, if we're crazy, whatever. I mean,
And my YouTube channel is probably
yeah. See, that's it. Just test it
REL.
yourself, man. That's the
Truth
thing.
Seeker.
I'm a very skeptical person. When it comes
And
with
so REL and then Truth Seeker is one word.
look,
Take a picture of that QR code. That app's $3. Are we talking about COVID?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's tough.
If you get that app, if you really
Yeah, no,
do that app,
I'm way out there.
I'll teach you everything you need to know.
But
I don't
not
care.
my group.
Don't
You would
care.
fit right in.
Yeah, I don't care what people think.
There you go. That's how you're supposed to be.
Got the they get the both.
And there's an event coming up in a few months called Flattoberfest. In Greenville. You should come to that. It's a 4-day event. They're going to start at the park on Friday. It's free at the park, and then on Saturday and Sunday they're going to have speakers, and then we're going to be down at the waterfall on Monday talking to people on the streets.
There's going to be about 500 people there.
Yeah. All the people, we don't know what the shape is, but we know we were lied to. That's all that matters.
Right. Yeah, we push it.
Everything.
Oh, you
Question.
lied to me, so what else you lied?
Exactly.
Let's meet now.
You too, man. It was great talking to
You
you.
too. Stay flat, y'all.
One of your flyers, I can read more about it. Thank
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a good one. No, please come back.
you. Hey, how are you?
Free information here. Get all your information about flat Earth here. Earth is not a globe. Free information. Earth is fixed and immovable, flat and stationary. Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat. Earth is fixed and immovable, Free information.
We need more of the blue dot cards. Those are the ones that get. Yeah, I think I might have given away like the last 2 or 3.
Are these for a game?
No, we didn't.
I didn't. I forgot the wheel today.
And he was trying to go get other stuff, right? And then
Yeah, and I tried to get other stuff, and then they took the table.
Well, I think we should kick them out.
I only got 3 left.
Tommy, you're out.
I was like, people out. They weren't even in the.
I'll come take your table. That's all this kind of stuff that I got left.
Okay, well, there's on the back, there's
Cool.
online information. We've got a really good online campus. We have people from all over the world that are watching online. Yeah, I do. Are you Christian? You go to church?
You believe in the firmament?
Gotcha.
Firmament, yes.
Free information here. Earth is fixed and movable, flat and stationary. Over 200 verses in the Bible say the earth is flat.
Where's the...
Tommy, you
Yep.
have the list?
Question.
I can just tell you verse off the top. You cannot be a Christian and believe in a globe. They don't go hand in hand.
Okay.
Like it tells you in Isaiah 40:22 that God looked down upon the circle of the earth. Right? There's another verse
At the circle.
at the circle, right? Not the sphere. In a couple verses before, they were talking about spheres, balls, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They know the difference between a circle and a sphere. He said that he laid the world out like a stamp, that it was flat, like a seal. Even in the Quran, it tells you that the earth was laid out like a carpet with a tent above. In Genesis, it tells you that he separated the waters above from the waters below by the firmament.
Psalm 19.
Yep. And then the devil went, God took the devil up onto the mountain, and they could see all the lands of the earth, right? That would be impossible if the earth was a globe. In the battle where he, was it Daniel? Who was he fighting? He stopped the sun in the sky to make the battle last longer so that they could win. Now, if he stopped the sun in the sky, if the earth was a sphere, he would have stopped the earth, right?
Yeah.
But it says in the Bible the earth is fixed and immovable.
Yeah. How do you explain like the pictures? Like the
So I can Photoshop stuff too.
So you think it's just all been photoshopped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We give somebody $65 million a day. You can come up
I
with
think I saw
some-
Sandra
Oh,
Bullock in
absolutely. I mean,
Gravity,
you
that
can
movie.
Photoshop anything.
And the man's, not only that, the man's name is Robert Simon.
Better than
Robert Simon works for NASA. He comes out and he says, yeah, they give me data. I extrapolate from the data and I draw the images in Photoshop and I send them out.
Yeah. Well, how do you explain like not if it's flat, not being an end anywhere?
Right. So the earth looks like this. And you can go back in CaptainCookSociety.org. You can read where he circumnavigated in the 1770s. It took him, so this is Antarctica. He never let Antarctica out of his eyesight. And he traveled for 2 years. And it took him 67,500 miles. If the earth was a globe, this would be 18,000 miles. So he went triple the distance.
If Antarctica is the size you tell us it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is that?
Yeah. That's
You talk about
crazy.
pictures, right, from space?
Yeah.
Do you see anything wrong with these two pictures?
You're talking about because they're 2D,
No.
not 3D.
Look at the size of the United States. Look at the size of the United States.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the same size? Why is that one so much smaller?
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, if they were fabricating that, wouldn't they put a little bit more effort into
You would think so, wouldn't you?
making it look right?
And as Christians, we all know what John 3:16 says, right? What about John 3:11?
Tell me, refresh me.
I have spoke to you of earthly things, yet you cannot understand. So how will you know when I speak to you of heavenly things and you understand?
And what's the other, right? Once you see my creation, I'm trying to work along with
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not Romans.
if we don't
1.
believe his
Romans 1.
creation, we believe it's a globe, like we've been told by the government and everybody, right?
Yeah.
Then
We're all
we
cosmic
can't, we can't believe in
I was gonna bring
right? Because we're just floating in the midst of it, right?
Yeah.
But if we're set here and you see his creation, you can no longer do long distance because he created it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I
You
agree
guys
with
are asking
that.
good questions,
Yeah.
and we,
I mean, I know these are probably basic questions y'all get all the time.
We all
so-
ask the same question.
Yeah.
The issue is if you're willing to investigate it, you're going to have some more challenging questions to yourself. And that's the issue. And he is right. You know, they're both right that the creation points to the Creator.
Yep.
And you look at the battle that's going on. It's a spiritual battle. All of this pseudoscience, which is what it is, because you can't test it. You can't falsify it. You can't repeat. All the pseudoscience, the evolution, the Big Bang, all this stuff is all designed to bring people away from their creator. Say it was a cosmic accident. So if that's the truth, then the flip side of it is what else are they hiding from us?
Yeah.
And who is making those statements? We have no way to test. We have no way. They won't allow people to go up in rockets above what they say was pure SpaceX. SpaceX was 63 miles. It's like, well, you know, they put up weather balloons at 120,000 feet, and then the Earth is flat. The horizon is flat. They call it horizon because it's horizontal. And the horizon always rises to your eye level, which it should not happen. It should drop away if the Earth is flat. So there's so many things that they've just lied to us.
Do you think the moon landing true?
No, there's no way to land on the moon. You can't get past the firmament. It tells you in Genesis you can't do it.
NASA says that they can't get there.
Well, let me ask you this. So whenever Noah's Ark, God released the waters above down to the earth.
It says it opens up the heaven, the windows of heaven.
Yep.
So the firmament is still there.
So he opened it up, the firmament, and then closed it back.
It also says that not only do the windows of heaven open in the firmament, but it also says that the deep opened up as well and filled up. So the earth was covered from both ends, from both angles, and then closed back up.
This is that app. And you know what?
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually, to be honest, whenever I've heard someone say flat Earth, I just always dismiss it. You know,
Exactly, because they tell
Listen,
you.
the only reason why most
Well,
people
I don't think it's that. I guess you could say it's been told, but you know, it's just from what I've seen. I just haven't had any reason to question it. You know?
That's all of us.
But as a Christian, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you real quick, and you tell me if you recognize this number. The diameter of the moon, 6 times 6 times 60. The diameter of Earth, 6 times 6 times 600. The tilt of the Earth, they say it's 23.4 degrees, but that's on 90 degrees, so it would be 66.6 degrees, right? So the Earth is going around the sun. They tell you how fast it is, 66,600 miles an hour. The sun is moving through the galaxy at another speed in a different direction. What speed is that? 666,000 miles an hour. Are we starting to see a pattern here with all these numbers?
Yeah.
And it's everything. You can go to the wind speeds on Uranus is 666 kilometers an hour. The amount of curvature in a mile squared is 0.666.
Are you questioning the numbers, the legitimacy of the numbers, or are you
No.
saying that it's all?
It's all designed because they're all the same. Like even like from the sun to the Mars in their model.
Yeah.
You were talking about, I don't know if it was you or the last guy. It's 1.666 astronomical units. Like it's everything is 666. Peggy Whitson, they were celebrating her because she spent the most days in space overall, not in one time, but overall. How many days was that? 666. I mean, everything's 666. And eventually, as a Christian, you have to ask yourself, I remember that number from somewhere.
Yeah.
And why are they using that number?
No, nothing today looks like Revelation either. So
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No.
I mean, in Revelations, they tell you that they will stop, the flow of the Nile will be stopped to signal the end times. What happened last year? They stopped the flow of the Nile to build that dam.
Oh, it is the end time. That is for sure.
Yeah. So are you guys out here just for awareness?
Yeah, it's just
kinda
giving out free
talking?
information, man.
Yeah, we just came out here to just kind of share the gospel with people and like people
I'll
share.
check you out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing from a different angle.
Yeah, and you know,
We're gonna look into. He is
I
a
will
massive
look into
conspiracy
it.
theorist person.
No, not at all, not at all.
No, don't deny it.
He's saying that because I thought that the Will Smith slap could have been staged.
Well, it was because look at who sponsored the Oscars.
Oh, and the ratings are in the toilet.
Pfizer, right?
Yeah.
And what drug are they releasing next month?
Yeah.
The alopecia drug, right?
Oh,
So now they're
I
highlighting
didn't even know.
alopecia. Everyone's talking about alopecia. Next month the drug comes out. I mean, come on.
And everyone's gonna forget about that.
And then not only that, but Will Smith himself on his Instagram said, "Me and my wife are all dressed up to support
Yeah, I saw
chaos
that.
tonight."
I
Like
saw that.
they know actors are telling you. They are telling
was
you.
Chris Rock.
Both of them.
Well, he had to have been. Well, I guess
I'm
he
an
could have been
actress,
not
okay?
been.
I am an actress. I know what it looks like when you're preparing yourself for a stage slap.
Well,
okay?
I couldn't stand, like, some of my friends were like, that looks so real. It's like, are you forgetting these are world-class actors? Like, if anybody can pull that off,
He won
it's
the
still.
Academy Award then.
Listen,
The only
listen,
reason
if I
why-
walked up to a big dude and I'm like this and like, bam, he's going down.
Yeah.
If he's like this.
Right with his hands
Doesn't-
behind his back,
it
just
doesn't
stand
take
there.
much.
Or either Will
It doesn't
Smith's
make
just a
sense
big
to hate
punk.
you.
Yeah.
He didn't train to be Muhammad Ali or nothing.
Hands still behind his back. He didn't even go like. And then you, oh, it looks real, right? Why? Because he
Segue,
yelled at
but-
you. Oh, stay away from my, keep my wife.
Thing
Stay
is that
Yeah, oh my God,
the father
that
of-
was
of-
so fake.
Who's the father of the
Who's the
what?
father of the
How much did he get
Oh,
paid
yeah.
to do that?
Satan.
Okay, who's the principality and ruler of the air?
Satan, man, principalities and
What is
powers in the
median?
air.
What is median? What's the word median?
Okay, well, here's my next
In the
question.
air.
With the Earth being flat, like, what's the? How would that be something that would like affect our society to make it worse? Like, why would Satan want to? Why would Satan want
A number of reasons. But again,
Like, how would that lead someone away from the gospel?
Just because
There are no
Look, he got
more
hit.
rules. Look at that.
According to
Seriously.
scientism, which is the one where religion is scientism. That's
That's
all of the
I mean, you don't come like that anyway with a slap.
an infinite void of nothingness for no reason and no purpose. According to
So you guys
scientism.
are 100%.
And if, like I said, how is that not away from God?
100%
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
that's 100%.
Now,
And I said earlier, once you see it,
Why?
Yeah.
can't be in that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
if you think you're what's going
Chris
on,
Rock, did see Lust goodbye afterwards.
19
He
times
seemed
the firmament is mentioned within the
It
first
seemed
page.
like he was really, he was looking around like, what's happening, you know?
The only guy to supposedly, scientists
Will Smith also,
supposedly
the
take
second
to the
time
moon, Werner von Braun, had on his tombstone.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of
Psalms
real.
19.
That's why didn't I just say that?
Somebody called it the firmament showed that
They're actors. I know, they're actors. but
on the
it's
guy
just-
who
Have you seen any
he's like,
footage
here's a
other
clue,
than
guys,
behind?
boom.
And in 1956, he wrote a book called Project Mars about humanity's mission to Mars. And who led the expedition? A man named Elon.
Camera here, they put the guy here.
I say
Oh,
20, I'm not like evil. I still.
I don't like being lied to. Do you like being
No,
lied
not
to?
at all. No, no.
Therein
That's
is your thing. That answers your question.
Yeah.
You know, if they're
I'm
lying
not-
to you, it
slap
has
somebody like this,
negative,
man? Come on, really?
damaging impact.
He did like he was.
I don't care. You know, when I started this, I didn't care one way or the other. I just wanted to know the truth.
Yeah. And hey, me too. Me too.
And so wherever it leads me, that's where I'm going, and I can't deny it because all I got from the institutions, the media, and the government is lies.
Yeah.
When
And I
you
think
actually look into it, they're
Yeah,
lies.
as a Christian, I would think that the number one thing that you would want to look at is truth. So I'm all for it. And, you know, like I said, I just never really put much thought into it.
And
But
I will
I
tell you,
definitely
a
will
lot
now.
of
I'll tell you.
people through this gospel.
And that's the biggest problem I have with organized religion, because you're going to go sit there and listen to a pastor who's preaching from a book that he says he believes in, and he believes in the globe still. I'm like, there's over 200 verses here that's telling you the opposite, so you don't even believe in what you're preaching.
Yeah.
And there's no pastor that I really talked to. There was one out here at the flea market that once I opened his eyes and told him the verses, and he's sitting there with a Bible looking it up. He teaches the church here on Sunday mornings. And he's like, I've never even, like,
And if he teaches it, he's going to get kicked out because
Yeah.
people want to hear what they want to hear because they've been conditioned since they were little kids that this is the way reality is instead of what the Bible says reality.
Yeah.
Just like every single thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but investigate yourself, guys.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's all we
telling you,
can
I'm
ask.
going to go home and I'm going to look it up. Yeah.
and if you have any questions, you can email me at thatflatfellow@gmail.com.
Is that all? It's all in here?
No, I don't have it written down nowhere. I need to get cards.
He can email me. He can email me.
Or you can go to my YouTube channel, That Flat Fellow.
Here, you can email me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, cool. Well, I'm glad I got a chance to talk with you
Yeah,
guys.
brother.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, blessings to you
Good to
too.
meet you guys. What's your name?
Nice to meet you guys.
James, I'm Eric.
Y'all have
What's
a
your
good
name,
one.
buddy?
Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yes,
guys.
sir. Nice to meet you.
You too, brother.
Have a good day, guys. You got there?
How old? 13. Oh my goodness. She's had the white since she was 1.
Yeah.
We got her because she's supposed to be all black.
What kind of dog is this?
She's got a terrier.
Scottish terrier.
Yeah.
What was that?
She don't have that long beard like they do. So if you watch time she eats or drinks, she just rubs her nose, rubs that. Goes like this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When he finishes up, he's going down.
He goes like this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not. Your hand stops.
Okay, I don't like
Muddy. You know, of course, we couldn't see it because the camera was behind
pick up any
you.
on that.
There is another show.
Ricardo said, tell you, hey.
Hey, Ricardo.
He might have even.
The sound.
Free information here. We're giving out free information. Earth is not a globe.
Oh, well, that was last week. Last week.
Okay.
We don't have it this month.
Yeah, I don't have my wheel.
Mojo shop.
Mojo Shop, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
I talked to you. Tommy. That flat fellow?
You're down? Okay, yeah. My name's Randy.
Okay, good to meet you.
You're good, you too, Tommy. Yes. I got some tables for you. I got some acrylics, kind of like that stuff up there, the whole signs.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, you can pull in here if you want. I've got 3 free tables. Oh, you can't? There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, a guy just walked up. He's seen our stuff on YouTube, so having some fun. So I hope you enjoyed that interaction there with the activists that came by to do activism with us.
That's great. So, I mean, they need to be true to the gospel that they believe, so not be in contradiction.
So many awesome woke people out here today. We're meeting a lot of good people. It's amazing how many people just come by and they're like, hey, I seen you on YouTube. Like, oh, I thought there was only 3 people watching according to YouTube.
Oh, look, you got a new face back there. Isn't that nice?
Half the people just left because the stream went offline and didn't see it.
Didn't know you were on the stream. You're still on the stream?
Yeah, I'm live now.
Oh, okay.
I've been live for like an hour maybe.
Oh, okay.
36 minutes. Yep.
About the same time, I listened to both back and forth. Eric Debate, the first time I listened to him, you're a skeptic. You say, well, geez, 201 proofs. Well, about 75 of those are all lighthouses. That's one proof to me.
Yeah.
But then you start blowing everything else down, it don't matter. Every one, how many lighthouses does it take to make a ball?
Yeah. We'll see if we can get somebody to stop by and play a game.
We're going to be here today, though. Oh, I've been, not know him, but
All right, we're giving away free money today to people named Joe. If your name's Joe, oh, hey, Joe. How you doing, brother? Hey, man, you want to play a game?
Oh, I got to run right now. I'm running out of time.
Oh, man, just come back and we'll play a game.
It's all a simulation anyway. You're half right.
All right.
So, and being online and avid listener to every
Free information here. Free information. Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat.
7 years.
Free information. Prove me wrong.
7 years ago, it was October.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't want to see it in a simulation.
And I had
It emphasizes, to say, okay, it's all a simulation. Because you could fill in a lot of gaps.
I've got a lot. So I've got a lot more free.
On and off.
Free information here. Get your free information. It's all about flat Earth over here. Learn about flat Earth. Free information. Hey, we got more tables now. Free tables.
There is.
Hey, Jeff, grab one of them boxes and set on the corner. We can hold this thing down. Here we go. True Smacks. True Smack paperweights. There we go. Got another banner up, guys. Wow, 30 people here. What's up, everybody? Free information here about flat Earth. All about flat Earth over here. Get your free information. Good crowds out here today, too. So those of you that are in stream, I give you a good story about a guy that came by that was hilarious this morning. So he was in his early 90s, late 80s, and he said that he had ice cream with Einstein and talked about flat Earth. I wish I had that recorded because that was a hilarious story.
Definitely an illusion.
Free information. La tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información. La tierra es plana. No es giro. Abriendo los ojos. La tierra es plana. Gratis información. Earth is not a globe. The earth is flat. It is fixed and stationary. The earth is immovable, just like it tells you in the Bible. Free information here. It's all free. We're not selling anything. Gratis información. La tierra es plana. Abriendo los ojos. Free information. Free information here. Learn all about Earth. It's all free. We're not selling anything, just giving out flyers with free information on it. Just facts about Earth. Just take it, read it in your own time. We're not selling anything. None of our information's on there. You can just read it and see what you think. Free information here. Everything here is free. Giving out free stuff. Facts about Earth. La tierra es plana. Everything here is free. Free information. Everything over here is free. Just giving out free information about Earth. It's all free. It's all free here. Just free information about Earth. That's all we're doing is handing out little flyers. Free information about Earth. It's all free here. Earth is flat. Free information. La tierra es plana. No es giro. Abriendo los ojos. Gratis información. Free information.
Those bars, did you see them on TV? They're like this big.
Free information here. Earth is flat. Free information. The Earth is flat. Free information.
That's like some kind of like.
I am alone. I can talk how big that is? You can't tell me that.
Giving out free information here. Everything here is free. Just facts about Earth.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on, Dad? Are you allowed to take
I'm protected, man. That damn coronavirus can't get me. I'm protected.
Free information here. Everything here is free. We're just giving out free facts about Earth. Just help you learn some facts about Earth, that's all. Thank you, ma'am. Free information is gratis información. Thank you. Free information about Earth. Gratis información. Free information about Earth here.
A slave muzzle?
We're giving out free information. It's all free. Free information about Earth.
I'm advertising. I'm a slave.
Giving out free information about Earth here. Just free information. We're not here to sell nothing. Just facts about Earth. Free stuff. We're not selling anything at all. Just giving out free information about Earth. Thank you, sir.
And a new life. That's what happened to me.
La tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información. Free information about Earth. We're not selling anything at all.
Way of looking at things. You wake up a whole different way. It's a new life.
Earth is not a globe. The Earth is fixed and immovable, flat and stationary. Free information. Earth is not a globe. Free information. Free information here. Earth is not a globe.
You really do.
The Earth is flat, fixed and immovable. Just like it says in the Bible. Isaiah 40:22 said God looked down upon the circle of the earth, not the sphere, but he looked at the circle. He also said that the earth is laid out. He said the earth is laid out like a seal, flat.
Charleston is sea level. When you get to here, it's 400 feet above sea level. How the hell does that happen? If it wasn't around, how in the hell the water around to the ocean?
Because you have topography.
Topography.
Topography works the same on a flat surface.
Topography can be a deep hole right here and the
Yeah,
water ain't going nowhere.
exactly. Or it could be a mountain.
Yeah, but your water on this globe flows all 4 ways. How does it do that?
Because if you have a mountain in the middle, the water's going to flow off both
We're talking
sides.
about the ground of the earth and the water flowing to the ocean.
Right, you have topography, and the water always finds its level.
Why you keep saying that for? That's just
We have elevation, yeah.
Yeah, you have elevation and the ocean starting to flow all 4 ways.
The surface of resting water is always flat and level.
I
And it's
agree with
provable.
that. Who the hell don't agree with
So
that?
if 70% of something's flat, how can it be a ball?
It can be a ball because the water flows to the ocean.
But you just said the water's flat.
Where's your shoreline?
Go to Charleston Sea.
No, it goes around and around.
Go to Charleston and go to the west coast.
Right, no, the
Go
flat,
to the
aren't they?
Gulf.
They're
No, they're not
till-
flat.
till
The
you
water,
get to the
the
shore.
earth up here, the water's flowing down.
But you
can
always find the shore, don't you?
Why y'all want to change everything for?
No, it's not.
No, we're just speaking the truth.
You ain't speaking the truth. Y'all don't believe in TV when they show the world and the water flowing down from it?
No,
Y'all
that's
believe that?
nonsense.
That's nonsense?
Yeah.
What else is nonsense to y'all?
A lot of stuff that's been going on lately.
Y'all nonsense to everybody up here. I don't know why you come.
So people like you finally wake up. And
Yeah.
Y'all wake up.
They-
You're
they've been
gonna wake
brainwashed.
up in the wrong place.
See, I've been where you were, sir.
You ain't been where I'm at.
Oh, yeah. I've been past where you were.
Yeah, y'all agree with that, but you never come back.
I don't need to.
I'll come back.
That's the problem.
You're right. You don't need to come back.
I don't want to.
It's all right. Some people just aren't.
You run that once in a while, people argue.
Hey, I give everybody a chance. I don't want anybody to say we didn't say, hey, here's the information.
Yeah.
So I'm just out here to give out free information. It's all free. Earth is not a globe. The earth is flat and stationary, fixed and immovable. Free information. La Tierra es plana. Earth is not a globe. The earth is flat, fixed and immovable.
And air is fresh and clean.
I know.
So he said,
argument.
I'll agree to, he said, I agree that water's
maybe
flat.
heard as he's walking by, maybe.
Yeah. He said, I agree that the water is flat, is what he said. And then I'm like, well, 70% of the earth is water. Come on, man.
Grab that water wherever you want. You're going to
I'm
find
sorry,
a
but
shoreline, aren't
logic
you?
does not work on people like that.
I know.
What, logic? Yeah.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I agree.
I think he
Okay, you're done.
with the gravity.
I know, right?
Could have been over them.
Yeah, we can't handle gravity.
Oh, we got a magician.
Oh, you're signing.
Free information. That's all right. We had great conversations with like 50 people out here today. One crazy person ain't gonna make a difference. Yeah, we got over 200 proofs the Earth is not a globe.
What is it?
We're just out here telling people about the true shape of the world and just giving out free information. We're not selling nothing.
And actually, scientifically and physically proven it is not a globe.
Hey, Michelle.
It's not a globe.
Yeah, the Earth is not a ball. It's not a sphere.
Really?
We've been lied to.
So when I flew all around, where the hell did they take me?
We flew around this way.
You don't even know our capacity.
Right, you can circumnavigate the Earth. It doesn't have to be a sphere to circumnavigate it.
Nobody's ever gone around the South Pole and come up to Argentina to Australia. Nobody's ever done it. Ever. Millions every day do this.
Makes sense to me.
And all water's got to have a shoreline. You can't have water bending around something and going nowhere. It's going to flow somewhere.
And they always told us in school that you could tell that the Earth was round because you see ships go over the horizon and disappear. But now I can bring binoculars, zoom in on the ship, and it comes back. I thought it went over a curve. If it did, then I wouldn't be able to see it.
Copernicus didn't have today's technology that can show that we can see.
Yeah. Our optics have outgrown their lives. Free information about Earth here. It's all free.
Copernicus couldn't send a balloon up 120,000 feet and actually see it is flat. He was doing mathematics, and mathematically you can make anything work out. You can make it work out to be a triangle.
Free information. Thank you, sir. It's all free here. Just giving out free information about Earth, just facts about Earth. That's all we're here to do today. Free information.
Yeah, she understood, but she didn't want to play it.
Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat, fixed and immovable. Free information.
No, like doing dishes or cooking or sitting on the toilet, I can listen to a video.
Free information here. Giving out free information.
Yeah. Like me. Kind of seems that way, don't it?
Yeah.
Especially since there's lots of them around.
And it's funny, come on, did you hear about this? And then they come on the news 15 minutes later. So sometimes we're ahead of the news.
Well, that's because a lot of times when you start catching wind of a rumor or something around it, they can.
Internet hive mind.
So this was at 4 o'clock this morning. This was the last table out here at the flea market. So I came out here and set our stuff up on the flea market, the table, and then I went out to get the rest of the stuff out the storage shed. And someone came by in that time, took all our stuff off the table and set it on the ground and set up their own table here. That's the society we're dealing with, people like that. No, just no respect. Free information here. Giving out free information about Earth. Earth is not a globe, it's flat. Free information.
Years before anybody went up.
Yeah. And it looked just like that.
Free information about Earth. Just giving out free information about Earth here.
And I have a good idea of this sermon.
Earth is not a globe, it's flat, fixed and immovable, just like it says in the Bible. We're not selling anything at all, it's just something to read.
Yeah. And I have no problem accepting it. First close. Yeah, that's interesting.
Free information about Earth. Giving out free information here. Thank you, sir. Just giving out free facts about Earth here today. All right, thank you. We're not here to sell anything. We're just giving out free facts about Earth. It's all free. Just giving out gratis information today. Facts about Earth. Giving out free information about Earth here today. It's all free. Earth is not a globe. It's flat. Free information. Free information about Earth. It's all free. Thank you, ma'am. Free information. Earth is not a globe. Free information. Earth is fixed and immovable, flat and stationary. Free information.
Right. I mean, things like the engines on a jet plane are way up.
Ariel, did you want to live stream for a while? Oh. Gratis información. La Tierra es plana. Earth is not a globe.
So I'm back again. Hi guys. You all here.
Free information.
Oh hey, the one you don't see. Jenny, T.I., listen, sis. I saw that you said that. We need to coordinate and plan better one day so that we can work on getting
La Tierra es plana. Gratis información.
I love you guys. Much
Gracias.
love. So,
Giving out free information here. Free information. All we can ask is they take it and look at it like that, you know? Giving out free information about Earth. We're not here to sell anything today. Just facts about Earth. All right, no problem. Just giving out free information about Earth. We're not here to sell anything. Just giving out some free information.
Law's not here today.
It's all free.
But, yeah, I'm gonna go pet this puppy I'll be back, guys.
Free information about Earth. Free information. It's all free here. Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat. Free information. Free information about Earth. Earth is fixed and immovable, flat and stationary, just like it tells you in the Bible. Free information. Free information here.
So what is your best thing about it?
Mine are the ones with just growing from childhood, like franchises and stuff, cereals and stuff, TV shows. How are you?
Got a little break. I'll check the chat, see who all is here today. Give some shout outs.
I'm a guy who
Singe Man. What's up? Try D. Salted Cedar. Ann Walsworth, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Genevieve, hey, thanks for coming by. Michelle Waldo. Jay. Purdy. Carl Fletcher.
I know, wasn't it cute puppies? Oh my gosh.
Slow motion moon buggy, what's up? Well, I appreciate everybody coming out.
Yeah, like I said, some of our crews are camera shy, so they don't like to be
Chief Crow and the Flat Earth Worms, what's up, brother? Love your music. 33 in the double E. Man, I loved your live performance when you came to the festival, man. That was so awesome. I love your Live from Antarctica stream. So if you guys haven't checked out Chief Crow and the Flat Earth Worms, check him out. He's got a great channel. Free information, guys. Free information. And here's our little setup today. We were only able to get one table, and we had to fight to get that.
stationary plane. It's not a spinning ball in space.
I appreciate that more than you know, but I still want to do something, you know what I'm saying, and I will. I can't thank you.
We're a globe. It's not a spinning ball in space. We are a flat, stationary plane. We are the center of the universe. Isn't that awesome? Earth, I figured that out myself because what they have told me is incorrect. It's not round. Oh, me too. Nice, nice. Have you seen the curve? Yeah, some people all the way around. You've seen the curve? When you're in an airplane? 25,000 miles around what?
All the way around the equator. You went in a circle. You went in a circle. You took a circle.
Yeah, there's definitely flat, not a globe. I was a pilot. And we circumnavigate like this. You go all the way around in a circle. Just like this, right? That doesn't mean the Earth's a globe. It's flat, and you always course it.
When you get up in space a couple hundred miles, it looks round too.
From 120,000 feet, it's completely flat. Just like these pictures. Free information here, free information. It's all right, just giving everybody the opportunity to hear the information, then they decide for themselves, and we're doing what we can. Free information here, giving out free information. The Earth is not a globe, it is flat, fixed and immovable. It is stationary, just like it tells you in the Bible.
He's saying, oh, all you people to think of divine land, you got it from your song.
As you can see, there ain't hardly anybody left wearing masks around here. Free information. Thank you guys for timing him out and getting him rid of the channel. This is just a place for positivity. We're just here to speak truth. And if they don't like it, there's plenty of other channels. Free information. Earth is not a globe. The earth is flat and stationary, fixed and immovable, just like it tells you in the Bible. You cannot be a Christian and believe the earth is a globe. Free information. Giving out free information about Earth here. La Tierra es plana. It's all free. We're not here to sell nothing. We're just giving out free stuff. Just giving away free stuff here. Not selling anything at all. It's just information about Earth. It's all free here. La Tierra es plana. Gratis información. Gracias, señor. Free information here. It's all free. We're not selling anything. We're just giving out little flyers for you to take home and read. None of our information's on it. There's nothing to sell. Just facts about Earth. Free information. Everything here is free. We're just giving out facts about Earth. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Just giving out facts about Earth. It's all free here. We're not here to sell nothing at all. Everything here is free.
There's not multi-thousands of universes out there. Every time I turn around, get ready from universes all out. I think there's probably a lot around there. I believe there's another nice one right beside it.
Yeah, other than that one guy arguing with us, we've had a pretty good day today. Everybody around here is open-minded. 90% mask-free, I'd say. So that's always a good sign. La Tierra es plana. No es giro. Gratis información. Earth is not a globe. Free information. Free information here. Just giving out free information about Earth. The Earth is not a globe. The Earth is flat. Free information. Fixed and immovable. Just like it tells you in the Bible. Free information here. Earth is flat. Free information. Free information about Earth.
I used a small one. That small one knocked down, fell down already.
Giving away free information about Earth here today. We're not selling anything. It's all free. Just letting people know about flat Earth. Yep. And if you can prove the Earth is a ball, there's 3 Bitcoins in it for you. Yeah. Flat. Check it out. DITRH on YouTube.
You think the Earth flat?
I know it's flat. Well, I used to be a pilot, and I know when you're flying in a Cessna 182 and you're flying over the ocean, you can look at your gyroscope and your altimeter never changes, and you're flying flat and level over the ocean, right? If the Earth was a ball, it would curve like this, and my altimeter would change if I'm flying flat and level, right? Because it would curve below me. I would gain height as I'm flying. Don't matter what direction I'd be flying in, I'd always be flying higher than I was before. If it was a ball, but it never did. So then I started looking into it, and I said, man, if I open up a can of soda, what happens to the air inside that can of soda? The high pressure that was in there moves to low pressure. So I looked up the second law of thermodynamics. It says you cannot have gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. So they say space is a vacuum. We have gas pressure because we breathe in it. Where's the container? All the air would just be sucked off the Earth, right? It's the most powerful vacuum ever made. And then I started thinking about, they say the Earth is spinning at 1,037 miles an hour. And I said, all right, well, let me just jump straight up in the air. And then I'll land over there, right? Because the Earth's spinning that fast, twice the speed of a bullet. But I land in the same spot. What's going on here? Something ain't right.
Flat, bro. But look, listen. You see the time, how it changes around the air, bro.
Right, just like this.
Around the map.
It changes like this. As the sun travels along the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, It creates day and night.
But if it was flat, it would, since the sun is so big, it would just hit one side.
So
It
if
would hit all of it.
you can test that with a pen light. Take a pen light, hold it on the outside of this dome, because we just established you have to have a barrier. Hold the pen light as the sun on the outside, and what you'll see is half this lights up and the other half stays dark at all times, no matter how you shine it, because it's a dome shape.
So how do you think the Earth looks from the bottom?
We don't know. We've never been there. The deepest hole is the Kola Super Deep Borehole, which is 8 miles deep. And they say that the Mariana Trench is 7.95 miles down. So anything below that is speculation. We're just guessing. So I don't like to guess about stuff. I like to do experiments and find out for myself the facts. And I just gave you like 3 little things you can do. Like you can jump up in the air right now and you're going to land in the same spot.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe.
All right.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, extraterrestrials. They come from the extra territory that is beyond Antarctica. So you have Antarctica is the highest land mass on Earth, even in the globe model at 8,200 feet. It contains all the waters of the Earth. And think of the oceans instead of an ocean. Think of it as like a big lake. Around the lake, you have a shoreline, right? And that keeps all the water in. Just like Antarctica keeps our oceans in. There's more land beyond here. Admiral Byrd explored in the 1940s. He went on beyond Antarctica and found more land over there. The Iron Republic and all was over here. So if they come from the extra territory, that makes them extraterrestrials because they come from extra land. The Latin word for land is terra. So extra terra, extraterrestrials. So aliens would be coming from the other lands beyond the ice wall. So just because, like, if I'm playing pool, you ever play pool? All the balls on the table are round, right? The table's still flat, right? So it doesn't matter what the surface is we stand. It doesn't matter what's above. It's all about the surface that we're standing on.
A-balls don't move as fast.
But anything above us can all be round. It don't matter. We're talking about the Earth.
I mean, but the reason why the Earth you can't move because it's the gravity that keeps it still.
But you still like if a hot air balloon takes off and lifts, right? It's broken free of the gravity because it's rising, right? All right. How come it's not shooting off 1,000 miles an hour?
Because there's no gravity pulling.
Right, but we're spinning below it. So what you're saying is it should be a stationary object with the Earth spinning below it 1,000 miles an hour. So it wouldn't technically be moving. The Earth would be moving. But so it would appear that a hot air balloon was traveling over 1,000 miles an hour. But it doesn't. It stays in the same spot. It like move around with the wind.
Yeah, the wind is what. That's why we have wind because we spin around.
No, you have wind because of air currents.
I did. I mean, I don't even know, man. I still got school for me, so.
Yeah, these are good questions to ask your teacher.
I never pay attention to school.
Like, ask them how you can have gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. If they can show any experiment for that, they'll win the Nobel Prize on the spot because nobody can demonstrate it. And they just say, well, it just works on Earth. How? Show me an experiment. That's called pseudoscience, not science. Science starts with observation, not with an assumption. They assume something to be true and base their model around it, whereas they ever did no tests or observations to prove it. So this is what the sun would look like if the Earth was curved. You'll see the reflection on a curved surface. If the Earth was flat, you would get that reflection. And when you go out to the ocean, that's what you see. And people say, well, the sun sets, so it's going over the curve, right? If you zoom in on it, with like a P900, for instance, zooms at 83x, the sun doesn't set, it fades away. It appears to set, and that's called angular resolution because as an object gets farther away, just like in art class, they tell you about the vanishing point and draw out from there. It's the same principle. It's called angular resolution.
So why do you think the Earth not flat? I mean, why do you think people say that the Earth is round?
Did you move our stuff off the table?
No. Yeah, I moved it over there.
Why do you think people say the Earth round?
All right. So what's the easiest way to control people and keep them in a prison if they didn't know there was a prison, right? So let's say you want to keep a bunch of inmates in a prison, and let's say they didn't know they were in a prison. It'd be pretty easy to contain them, right? There's an Antarctic treaty that prevents people from exploring beyond the 60th south parallel. So you're not allowed to go out here and check nothing out. But you can take a cruise to Antarctica, right? And so people are like, hey man, I can go to Antarctica. I book a cruise. You know where that cruise goes to? An island called Deception Island. Oh, why is it called Deception Island? Because they're deceiving you. And why is it that every pope, whether it's Russian Orthodox Pope or the Catholic Pope, the president, vice president, they all go to Antarctica? Why are they going there?
I don't even know if they really want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I ain't even never heard that they go over there.
They all go. But I know you said you didn't pay attention in school when you were asking about what's on the bottom side of the earth. So in science, they say that the center of the earth is like 12,000 degrees and it's liquid molten iron, right? Well, there's a thing called the Curie point. They say we get our magnetic field from the center of the earth. Well, the Curie point is the temperature at which an object loses its ability to produce a magnetic field. The Curie point of iron is 1,500 degrees. If it was 12,000 degrees down there, it couldn't produce a magnetic field. So their whole theory is incorrect. So, whereas we're asked for a burden of proof, it's not upon us to provide the proof for something. We're just questioning the current model. And everything that they're providing with their proof is incorrect when we check it out. Yet we can see for miles and miles, and they tell us a boat goes over the curve, and that's how you can tell that the earth is round, because a boat goes over the curve. But I pull out binoculars, and now I can zoom in and I see the boat again. I thought it went over a curve. How is that possible?
Because the land is so long, you can't really see too far.
Right, but they said it went over a curve. That's why I couldn't see. But you should. So if the Earth is 24,900 miles around, which is what they say it is, there has to be an R value, the radius. We learned that in geometry. So that radius would be 3969. So here's a thing called the black swan. We are not worried about how far away anything is here. All we're doing is looking at the horizon. So the formula, if the radius is 3969, it's 1.225 times the square root of the height of the observer. So to put that in simple terms, is if I set a camera up 1 foot off the surface of the water, this horizon should never be more than 1.255 miles away. So this platform here is 6.2 miles away. This platform's 9 miles away. The horizon is behind it. So given the R value and the radius of Earth, using geometry, we know that the horizon cannot be more than a mile away. But here it's clearly beyond 10 miles away. So Earth can't be what they say it is. I mean, the thing that gets them every time that I have a debate with somebody is the math. They always say, well, I agree, all the math's on your side. I'm like, well, then the debate's over then. Like, come on, I just showed you that it's 10 times farther away than it should be.
What you think about the moon, space?
So no one's ever been to the moon. Oh, 100%. You can't go there. There's something up there, but whatever you want to call it. The water's above. That's what they call it in the Bible.
You believe in the Bible?
Well, I believe that it's one of the most historically accurate documents we have.
So what you think? So do you think we made it to space before?
No, you can't go to space. There's a dome. Like I said, we just established earlier that there's a dome there. How are you going to get past it? In the United States, and for 4 years in the early 1960s, they had a project called Operation Fishbowl. Why is it called Operation Fishbowl? Because we basically live in this fishbowl. And what did they do for 4 years? They shot missiles 250 miles up. And you watch the old videos of it, because it's declassified now. It's been 50 years. So you see the missiles hit a solid object, a solid surface, and ripple off. They did that for 4 years trying to break through. They did that with Operation Fishbowl and Operation High Jump. So how can you get to space if you can't get? They can't even shoot a missile through it.
No. Okay, so 14. This is on a globe.
So you don't know things. So what about all the videos? You think they're all fake?
Well, the guy that works for NASA, his name's Robert Simon. He said he's handed data, and he's supposed to draw pictures and Photoshop it according to the data. There is no pictures that's ever been given to him. He works for NASA, and you can read his interviews. And then you'll hear people say, what about astronauts? Astronauts keep coming out over and over again and telling us the Earth is flat. Robert Herminsky from Miroslav Herminsky from Poland. They asked him in an interview. They said, "You went to the ISS. Was the Earth flat around? Let's settle it." Right? He said, "The Earth is flat." You know what he's not allowed to do? He's not in the space program anymore. He's not allowed to go up to space anymore. And no one from Poland has ever been to space since. So he come out and tell the truth, and the whole country's out of it. So why would the rest of them not lie? You can go on Google Earth right now and zoom in on Devon Island and see the entire Mars project going on. You can take the still frame footage that they give you and say, hey, here's a picture of Mars. All you got to do is say, all right, take that picture, go in Google, type in reverse image search, put that picture in, and it'll show you where it's at on Earth.
So what about the other planets?
It don't matter what the objects above are. That doesn't determine what.
See the Earth, sun. It's
Yeah.
round, see?
How can you see that? You see one side of it.
You see the moon is round too?
How you know that? You've only seen one side.
No.
You've never seen. No, it don't. It's tidally locked. Remember? You never see the backside of the moon. No one's ever seen the backside. Because tidally locked only faces one way, like a quarter. It'd be like telling me what the backside of a quarter looks like when you've never seen it.
But I'm not saying. So you think it's like flat like this?
Yeah. Anything
Why
that.
is it not flat like that?
I mean, that's just however it's shaped in the air.
Why you think it's saying that?
I don't know. I didn't create it. That was put there by the creator. You know.
What about like
The greater light.
space?
The what?
What about the like meteors from space and stuff?
Yeah. So.
It's like a big version of it.
Right. So let's say. So they say space is a negative 373 degrees, right? So if you take a cup of water and you put ice inside your cup of water, inside the water, so you got ice inside, what happens to the outside of the glass? You start to get condensation, right? But if let's say the ice was negative 373 degrees, that condensation would freeze and build up until it breaks off and becomes too heavy. So if you have negative 373 degrees on the outside of this, and the ice is building up here and falls down, we know that the atmosphere is composed of minerals as well. So as an object travels faster and faster, it builds up speed and picks up those objects, and it compresses them down. Once an object is compressed and builds up enough speed, it ignites and creates fire. So you have that trail of fire. So that meteor could just be the ice chunks that's coming down with compressed solids in it. And that's why whenever you find the meteor impact, they're little small rocks, not big at all, because it's just the compressed elements that are in the atmosphere.
So what you think about other planets? You think they all flat too?
I don't know. I don't speculate on stuff I can't prove.
What about like people who use telescopes?
Yeah, I use telescopes too. And I can see it, but I only see one side of it. And they don't look what they tell. Like if you look through a telescope at a planet and zoom in on it, what it looks like, it's like a donut shape that kind of glimmers. It looks hollow in the center. It's not at all like the pictures they show us. Not like, you ever seen a picture of Pluto? Look up a picture of Pluto and then take an actual Pluto from Disney and superimpose it over Pluto. It's the exact same shape. Did you know that the Pluto was in 1939 and then the cartoon Pluto was a couple months afterwards? Who started that? Yeah, so you see Pluto right there. The dog, that's his face. That's the outline of him.
I can see it. Yeah, you see it.
There's very few that actually match up.
I can see it.
To actual.
And so they came up with the Pluto. And then who started NASA? You know who started NASA? Walt Disney. Yeah. If you're going to come up with something that's not real and try to get everybody to use their imaginations, you're going to use the king of imagination at the time, Walt Disney. He also started it with another guy named Wernher von Braun. Wernher von Braun, when he died, on his gravestone, it has a verse from Psalms on it, from Psalms, and it said, "The firmament show off God's handiwork." Why would he be talking about a firmament? And he wrote a book in 1956 called Project Mars about humanity settling on Mars. And who led the expedition in his book? A man named Elon. I mean, is that a coincidence or what?
Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, this is what the Earth looks like according to the Gleason map. No, it wouldn't spin at all. The sun, yeah, and it even tells you that in the Bible. It says the Earth is fixed and immovable.
So how do you think seasons change?
Because the sun moves between the tropical Cancer and the tropical Capricorn on it in its path. So as it moves farther north, it still circles, but it's kind of like a spiral pattern. And when it gets to the outer, it starts to come back in and then go back out again. As it does that, you have seasons.
So it's a flat surface.
Did you know in the globe model, when it says that it's summertime, you're farther away from the sun? What's sense? So the farther away from the sun you get, the hotter it is? Come on. And they also say space is negative 373 degrees. So here's what we're supposed to believe. We're supposed to believe that the sun is 93 million miles away and super hot, right? All right. Then once you get past the sun, it's negative 373 degrees. Then when you hit a planet, all of a sudden it's hot again. Then it's freezing cold. Then you hit a planet and all of a sudden it's hot. Where's all this heat going? Right. But if the sun is generating heat, then anything in its path, you would measure the heat there, right? So how is space negative 373 degrees?
I mean, how do they measure the temperature in space?
They said they went up there and measured it. I'm going by their model here. So if you go up there and you say that space and sunlight is negative 373 degrees, and yet the Earth's being heated by the sun, how does that make any sense at all? So it's supposed to go hot, cold. All right, now it's hot again. All right, cold, hot again. Let's say I put a heater up right there when it gets real cold, like a kerosene heater, and I stand over here and I can feel it warm. The closer I get to it, it gets warmer and warmer, right? There's not a cold gap between it. It doesn't be hot, a big cold gap, and I'll be like, well, let me stand 10 feet away because that's the only place it's warm, right? No, it's warm. The heat propagates in all directions. No, but it's just the propagation of heat. Right, but still, the heat would have to propagate in the space between. It doesn't matter how big the object is. Yeah, it doesn't matter how big the object is.
Light is reach to it. Since it's a big ball of heat, even though it's big and it's far, it's still going to reach us and it's still going to be hot because it's a big ball of heat.
Right, but they say they're testing the air between us and the sun. It's negative 373 degrees. So it can't be cold there and hot here. So if they lie about one thing, fool me once, shame on you, right? Did you know if you pull up your textbook now, it says the moon is inside our atmosphere? What happened? I thought the moon was 238,000 miles away.
Because the gravity,
So the gravity sucked the moon in now?
No, it's not sucking it in. I'm talking about, like, when you put a planet next to each other, they both going to have, like, a gravity force.
According to who?
To science.
All right.
What I learned, so I'm not saying I know everything.
Oh, I know, but who came up with the theory of gravity? Isaac Newton, is that what y'all were taught about? Do you know that all that's been thrown out? Isaac Newton, they still teach you that in school. Mass attract mass is not the mainstream science theory, but that's what they teach you in school. Because if mass attract mass, everything will be drawn together, right? It says that gravity is actually a bending of space and time now, according to Einstein. That's the new theory, but it's never been proven. In fact, Einstein released a paper and retracted it because he didn't believe in it, and they forced him to republish it again 2 years later.
So we never been to space. So you say we never been to space, right?
Yeah, nobody can go to space.
So why you think? So why you believe that one dude from Poland if you never been to space? So how can you say it's the Earth flat if you never went to space? You never seen it?
No, I can send up a weather balloon like we have to 120,000 feet, and that's what you see. The Earth is flat with a close, localized sun multiple times. Anytime we do it, it's flat. Anytime they do it, they use what's called a fisheye lens and make it look like the Red Bull jump. Y'all remember that one where the guy went way up? And, yeah. And it shows you the Earth is curved, right? Then when he opens the door, there's a camera on the inside. See, the camera on his helmet is a fisheye lens, and it looks curved. When they open the door, it was a regular camera inside. And then the Earth was flat.
Okay, let's talk about like a hill, right? You stand on the hill, you know, a hill is like, it's like just say a big hill, right?
Yep.
It's like if you stand to the top, it feels flat because it's a hill, right? And if you on the sides, and it's like you like go up a little higher, you go higher, so you can see the full thing. You can see the curves and all. So what if you just do that with Earth? And you can go higher, you can see the curves.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson said you'd have to be more than a millimeter off of a beach ball, which would come to be like. So since we can't do that, this is our next best thing, to send up a balloon, and it's always flat when we do it. Like Mr. Sensible, for instance. This guy said, I'm going to prove that the Earth is a globe. So he sends up a camera. But if you pause it right at the beginning, when it's 2 feet off the ground, the Earth has such a curvature in its fisheye lens that the Earth would only be 2 miles around. They use fisheye lenses to trick people. I think it's like 2 minutes and 11 seconds in, you hit pause. The Earth is so curved because of his camera and the tricks that they're using, that the Earth would only be a ball that was 2 miles around. I mean, come on. The entire field is bent like this in the camera.
I don't really know.
It's like when people say the Earth is round, is it something that the government made up, or?
No, it's just, so in 1492, you had your first globe, the Bernheim-Erfidel, and then what else happened in 1492? Columbus set sail to find the New World, right? But if he just looked at that globe and realized, okay, China's on there, and he sailed west, he would have landed where? In China, Japan, Malaysia. What do you think? He went to sleep and woke up in India because thought he was in India, right? So how would that work? So they couldn't even get their lives together back then. There was court cases up until the 1900s where if you taught the globe in school, that you were detained and you were sent to jail. We have the old newspaper articles that show that. In 1988, here in South Carolina, it went up for vote in the House here, the State House. If you teach the globe model in classrooms in public schools, you have to also give equal time to teach the flat Earth model. And that was just back in 1988. They don't teach the flat Earth model. It was good to meet y'all too. I really appreciate you coming by. But don't believe anything I say. But what I want you to do is just look into it, decide for yourself.
I mean, I'm not really saying that. I don't really know what to say.
If I can convince you the Earth is flat, you're no better off than someone convince you there's a globe. I'm giving you the facts, the experiments and tests that have been done. Decide for yourself.
What I think of, I still think the Earth is round.
I mean, you can believe that, but I mean, tonight when you get home though, and you're gonna jump straight up in the air, and you go, "Why'd I land in the same spot?" You gotta look within yourself and figure out why is that possible. And when later on, I guarantee you're gonna remember what I said about that can of soda. One day you're gonna open up a can of soda, you're gonna hear it, tss, you're gonna see that high pressure move to low pressure, and you're gonna start thinking, "I'm breathing right now. How is that possible if there's no barrier?" And then those are questions that the globe model can't explain. Just simple things that you could do at your house.
What you think about it? Like being on a boat, right? You know, speedboats, right? They're gonna drive real fast.
Oh
so,
my
like,
God.
if you jump on a speedboat while it's driving fast, you're still gonna land in the same spot.
Okay. Yeah, because we are in a container, a pressurized system. That's why it works. The same thing when you're inside of an airplane, it's a pressurized system. Just like we have. Exactly. You're proving the point. You're just not following it all. You went A to about P and you forgot about the rest of it, the whole pressurized system part. But you're thinking. That's good. Yeah, you're getting like 80%. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But I just did my research, man. That's all. I was right where you were. You too, brother. Free information. Earth is not a globe. Earth is flat, fixed and stationary, just like it tells you in the Bible. Free information. La tierra es plana, no es giro. Abriendo los ojos por fin. Gratis información. Gracias, señor. No es giro. Free information here. Giving out free information here. Free information.
I just use that for cooking and drinking. Because I mean, if you check all these other filters, like I said,
La tierra es plana. Free information. Giving out free information here. Well, that was a pretty good end of the stream. Ariel's live streaming now. I want to send some people over there. So Ariel Truth Seeker is her channel. She's live streaming right there. So if you guys want to head over to her channel, I'm going to end this live stream, but we will still be live on Ariel Truth Seeker. So everyone, please head over there. I'm at about 5% battery. So head over there and check it out, and you'll see exactly what you're seeing now. Thank you everybody for coming out. We had some great interactions there. Catch you next time. Oh, and coming up, I've got an interview with Mike Tyson too, so don't forget, that's coming up too. Yeah, oh, and if anybody can post a link to Ariel's channel, I'd appreciate it. Because we'll still be live over there. Ariel Truth Seeker. You too, Michelle. I'll leave it up till anybody can get a link over there. There you go. Everybody head over to that link and you'll see the exact same thing we're doing here. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Marker. Young Love, Purdy, 2222. She's part of the Kakalaki crew, so let's get some subs over there too. Thank you guys for coming.